Over the span of my career, I've noticed that in general, developers don't tend to spend enough time writing code to help themselves do their job. More broadly speaking, technologists, I've observed, have not spent enough time deploying technology to help themselves. And this is interesting because if you look at what technologists do, if you look at what developers do, they're using technology to help other people do their jobs more productively, more effectively. And yet when it comes to deploying that same technology to help themselves, it just doesn't happen often enough. Or at least I should say that's one end of a spectrum of what I've observed. And this is a problem because as we shrink the window between idea to released software, as we release more often, delays along the way become exponentially more problematic. Part of the reason why there hasn't been much technology used to help technologists is simply because with big releases, we don't release very often. It's not very painful to release manually. We could have a release that takes 2 or 3 days, and that may not be a big deal if it only happens 3 or 4 times a year. But if we're going to move to a world where we release every day, maybe multiple times within a single day, obviously we can't have a manual deployment process that takes several hours. We can't also have testing that takes several days. So we have to start looking at how we can automate these things. And that requires us to take our skill sets and the tools that we use and apply them to the work that we do. And now a word of caution. I like to think of a spectrum of technology investment for technologists. On one end, we don't have enough or we just don't have any, and that's a problem. But on the other end, and something I've seen more as of late, we have too much investment in technology. Technology for technology's sake. Automation just because something can be automated. So when you're looking for opportunities to use technology, make sure that there's something you're going to get out of it. And last, I highly recommend as you coalesce together various responsibilities, whether it's dev and ops, maybe some testing, maybe some writing of specifications, as you bring people together that do these various different tasks, encourage them to cross-pollinate some of their skill sets. For example, part of the reason that deployments might not be automated is simply because that requires writing some code. And developers can help with that. Or maybe developers can help testers write some code to automate testing. The sky's the limit. Think about the various skill sets involved and take advantage of those people working together to help each other.